Welcome to Speedy Walkthroughs, where we show just the important stuff for beating the game. For first time viewers, this will look different to a normal walkthrough. It shows just the essentials, so you don't need to spend a long time watching this video. Today we're playing Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped for the PlayStation 1. I'm going to be getting all 105% completion, and this game's a little bit trickier than the earlier two to complete 100%. Before we get stuck into it, if you end up finding this video useful, consider subscribing to keep up to date. It helps out the channel a whole bunch, and there should be a new walkthrough out each week. Alrighty, so to get all 105%, we got to get all crystals, gems, and relics. And I'll be taking you through the levels in order that'll make this the easiest to do. So first things first, so we're going to load up into the warp room, and you're going to head straight into warp number 3. So this one here is a Coco level. You ride the tiger thing, and essentially you can press square to speed up, and then you can press the X button to jump. And with this one here, we're going to want to try to get all the boxes. So generally in this game, you get a crystal from beating the level, and you'll get a gem if you get all the boxes. There are also other hidden ways you can get gems. So try and take the same pathing that I'm taking here. You'll need to slow down, so let go of square when there's complicated box sections like this one here. And you need to bounce up to the top if there's some boxes up the top. So follow the same pathing that I'm doing, making sure you go up when I go up and down when I go down. Here we're going to get the little gem here. So you see that spawned, make sure you grab that before you go, and then that's that level done. Alright, so if you've done it right, you should get the crystal and the gem, and then go back into that level. We're actually going to get the relic now. So the relic is like a little time trial thing. And with the time trials, you can get the blue sapphire one, the gold one, or the platinum one. You need to get gold at least to get 105% in this game. You don't need to get all the platinum relics to 105%, so just be aware of that. So to start the time trial, hit the clock here, and then it'll just start out. You can hit the boxes to stop the timer and slow it down, and that just helps you get the gold or platinum a little bit easier. So with most levels, I won't be doing the time trial until the very end. So in this game, we're going to unlock running shoes right after we beat the final boss. So there's no point doing time trials of any earlier levels until we get the running shoes upgrade. But with these levels here, we might as well time trial this one because the running shoes wouldn't affect it at all because we're just Coco on the tiger. We can't run anyway. If you've done that right, you should get either a gold or a platinum relic. Head into level 2, which is under pressure. There's a swimming level here. We're going to be trying to get all the boxes. So with the swimming levels, you can press square to spin, or you can press the X button to swim faster. With these ones here, the swimming faster button is really going to help if you're pressing X all the way through there. So just keep going through. We're going to be trying to break all the boxes here. When you get on this vehicle here, you can shoot things, or you can do like a little dash upgrade thing. Make sure you shoot out all the seaweed because there's boxes hidden underneath the seaweed there. And making your way down, shoot out that seaweed. Grab the crystal, and then that should be all the boxes here. So make sure you got the gem there before we leave the level. Next up, you're heading into level 1. So with this level, we are going to be trying to get all the boxes, but I won't even bother trying to do the time trial yet because we don't have the running shoes. So onto the little bonus stage here, you do need to do the bonus stages and get all the boxes. So I've saved this mask for after the bonus stage, that way I get invincibility. You'll also notice the order I'm doing the levels in. I purposely waited to get invincibility in this level, so that's why I did the water one first. Now, when you do the relics, you sort of got two options. You can try and get the relics normally without the running shoes, but it's going to be much easier if you get the running shoes. So what I want to talk a little bit about is movement techniques just to go really fast as Crash. Basically, sliding is the fastest form of movement. So whenever I'm able to, I'm just going to be sliding through. But if you slide and jump out of it, that's kind of slow. But if you slide and jump out of it, for some reason, if you let go of the D-pad or analog stick when you're doing the jump out of the slide, Crash goes a lot faster. It's something called a neutral slide jump. So slide and then jump, but right before you jump or as soon as you jump, just let go of the D-pad completely and let Crash float through the air. You'll notice Crash goes like a lot further and a lot faster. If you can't do a slide jump, do a slide spin. And if you want to get really, really fancy when you're jumping through the air, well, actually, when you're sliding or spinning as well, you can do something called zigzagging, which is like you're holding forward and you just like wiggle left and right on the D-pad and you'll go even faster. So if you're having trouble with time trials, that'll help you out. After this, we're going to head into level 4, which is like a prehistoric platforming level. So in this level here, you basically just want to get all the boxes, so the dinosaur will chase you. With Crash's moveset, you can slide, spin, and jump. So slide is on circle or R1. R1's usually a bit more convenient for finger placement, and then spins on X and spins on square, and jump is on X. So in this bonus stage, you have to leave the up arrow box so that you can jump up on top of it and then make your way out. Try and keep aligned with my box counts that I have up the top here for various sections. And the dinosaur will destroy all the nitro boxes, but you want to hit that little green exclamation mark at the end. And next level we go into will be level 5. So this is a jet ski level. We're going to be getting all the boxes here. So make sure you're going up off all these ramps that I'm going up off. 3 more boxes in there. Grab those. Get the crystal. Really important. You don't miss that. And then basically that's it. You get the gem and we go through. And we have a boss fight, which it pretty much forced you to go in. Alright, so this boss here, basically a couple phases, he's going to just come and try and jump on you, and then when he stops jumping, you spin. And this spot that I'm standing right here, if you stand there, you'll be safe from the line, so don't worry about it. You could stand somewhere else and try and like jump over the lines, but why not just stand there and be safe? Alright, after we come out of this boss, we're actually going to go back into level 5 and do the time trial here. Again, I wouldn't normally be doing time trials, but since the jet ski level doesn't require running shoes, you might as well just do it now. So following through the time trial, try and get all the boxes where you can that will stop the timer, but apart from that, don't go out of your way for anything. Time trials also reset your masks, so you've just got to be conscious of planning when you want to do the time trials, knowing that you'll lose all your masks coming out of it. Or like, it's a little bit complicated, like you lose your mask coming into the time trial, but then like any mask that you get in the time trial, you keep coming out, so just try and plan it around that. We then got the water level time trial, so we're going to do this. Just going through, making sure you got all the timer boxes. There's a little 3 box hidden in that seaweed there that can be very useful to get if you're struggling to get the gold or platinum on this one, and another 2 box hidden in that seaweed. Alright, this one done, we're going to head back into level 1. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to do the time trials for these levels, but sometimes you need a certain number of relics to get 100%. So with that, you've just got to be conscious that, you know, sometimes you do need an extra relic here. So I've done the time trial for level 1 just then, but not level 4, just because I want to hit a certain cap of relics, but I won't be doing many time trials without the running shoes. Alright, in this level here, we got a racing level. You do have to win. Now, you can sort of break this up into 2 ways. You can just do one race where you win, and then just do another race where you get all the boxes. Or you can get the boxes and win in the same race if you're skilled enough at grabbing the boxes. I'll jump back into this race level and do the time trial. So again, similar thing, just trying to hit any of the yellow boxes that are stopping the timer. Alright, coming out of this level. So we're heading into that last level. It's another one where you're Coco. And try and follow the same downs and ups that I'm following here. So up on that one. And then we got the crystal, and we should have the gem from breaking all the boxes there, so just head out. Alright, with that one, we're going to do the time trial again. Since there's no mask on this level, and I'm fairly sure it takes away your mask when you do this level, you might as well do the time trial with this, rather than doing it separately and then losing all your masks again. If you got that right, try and get a gold or a platinum. Alright, coming out of this, we're going to head into that first level there. It's another one where you just want to break all the boxes. Those new grey crate boxes you have to body slam, which is an ability that we unlocked from the tiny fight. So body slam, you use jump and press circle. Working our way through. You'll notice that I'm really using invincibility quite heavily. So invincibility is just so good in this game. Makes you move faster, breaks all the boxes. Alright, with that bonus stage done, just going to grab the crystal, hit the nitros, and then we got the gem. Alright, coming in, we got level 7. So on level 7 here, just make your way up. We'll just be getting all the boxes. So invincibility makes you climb the monkey bars faster, so it's going to be really useful for this level. Get a little bonus stage here. So you got to bounce up on those boxes. If you don't bounce on top of them, you will miss the opportunity to get them. Bounce up and grab those, and we head back. And then there's a yellow gem behind there, but we actually can't get that quite yet, so don't worry about it. Just get the box from all gems. Alright, next up we got level 9, so heading in here. You'll notice that I'm not even bothering to get all the boxes, and that's because you can't get all the boxes without another gem to open up a new path in this level. So literally just play the level start to finish, don't worry about 100%ing anything in particular. Sliding on the oil stuff makes you go pretty fast, so that could be good for like getting through there easier. Alright, now we're forced into the Dingodile fight. Alright, so I'm sort of going to do this a proper way, but there's a way you can absolutely cheese the fight. Basically, if you slide and then jump, you get a higher jump. And if you also slide and spin jump, it goes even higher than that. So you can actually just slide, spin jump over the little icicles like I did for that last phase there. You can do that on any phase you want. And now that we've done this, we unlock the double jump. Alrighty, just to hit the certain amount of relics I need, I'm going to go back into this level to do the time trial. And we come out here, you should hopefully get a gold or a platinum. I'm also going to do the time trial on this level here. And what you really want to do for this time trial is try and make sure you do get invincibility at some point, because they're going to make the monkey bars so much faster. If you don't do that, you're really going to struggle to get a gold or a platinum here. Once you've done that one, come out of this warp room here and go into the middle section. And you can play this level. Now, this is why I was getting specific amounts of relics before. You need at least 5 relics to play this level. So go through here, just grabbing all the boxes. It's a bit of a weird pathing situation through this level, so try and follow the same route that I'm following. And you get the gem for beating that level. What I'm actually going to do is head back in and grab the relic. So for this one here, it's kind of nasty to get, but just hit all the boxes essentially following the same routing that I'm doing here. There's always a trade-off about which yellow boxes to get versus which are actually worth it. So the ones that I've got here are pretty much the ones that are worth getting. And there we go. Alright, coming out of this level, the reason I got extra relics before is now I actually have 10 relics. So I can use those 10 relics to get into this little bonus stage here. Usually I don't like getting relics without running shoes, but this was worth it. And that's how you get the yellow gem from that level we were just doing before. Moving on, we're going to go into this middle level here. Now we're in here, we're going to be trying to break all the boxes for a gem. There's a bonus stage to go to. And you'll see on the left there was a death path. Those paths only show up if you haven't died yet in the level. So don't take it, but just be conscious if that platform's missing, it's because you took a death in the level. To get it back, you'd have to not take a death in the level. Alright, back here we're going to do this level. So invincibility is very helpful here. That's why you sort of want to group your platforming levels together, because a lot of the non-platforming levels will take away your masks. So it's good to do everything in one big bulk hit. Ground pounding those can be pretty treacherous, because the TNTs are sort of going off at the same time. There's a little gem there, and then there's a yellow gem path. It's a weird level, this one. Very complex. So, because we took the yellow gem path forward, we had to backtrack and get any boxes that we missed while on the yellow gem path. So that's what I was doing there, just going backwards for a little bit. And now we get the bonus stage. And you get a gem for getting all the boxes. That one was quite a complicated level. So I actually get 2 gems there. One from going on the yellow gem path and the other one from getting all the boxes. I'm going to get the time trial here. And there we go. Alright, we're just going to do this last level. Invincibility will help a bunch. Those double head guys are really awful to deal with. You can actually just jump on the edges of the level to avoid a lot of them, so I wouldn't bother engaging with them directly. Little bonus stage here. Hit that and then get the boxes up here. Then come back through. Make sure you hit the arrow box up so like you get the box up the top before you hit the TNT there. Get the crystal. And we should be done. And again, you can just jump around those double-header guys. Alright, next up we're going to jump back in and get the relic. Again, I don't like to do these relic ones without running shoes, but sometimes you're sort of forced to if you need certain relics for those relic levels in that center area. The way the center area works is it's 5 relics to unlock each next one. So I just did the 10 relic one before, I'll be doing the 15 relic one after that. Alright, so we got the underwater section here. Careful of these spinny turbine things, they're really nasty. Alright, this level's got a complicated big backtracking section really. So you might notice there were some boxes down in the bottom section that we couldn't get to. Basically hit that metal steel crate thing and then head all the way back down and right. That's a TNT box, so now it'll unlock this new area. So hit those very carefully. And then across here, you can get the gem and the red gem. Getting the colored gems is always good because it sort of unlocks new areas and paths. So if you see a colored gem, you generally want to get that as early as possible. And that's why I got the 10 relics to get the yellow gem before. Going through a little time trial here, you might as well do this one because speed shoes won't affect it. Alright, we're going to the very middle level now. Now, I'm not doing a time trial. I've already got the box gem. what I'm going to do is take the death path to get another gem here. So death path there only shows up if you haven't died in the level. And then this is just a fairly linear path with some difficult platforming challenges on it. Get the purple gem from doing that one. Now that we got that, we're just going to head into this area here. And I'm going to be trying to win the race and get all the boxes at once. Again, if you're having trouble with this, you may want to separate it out into winning it once and then doing another run through to get all the boxes. And there we go. Alright, with that level, we're pretty much forced to fight the boss. So this boss will go through a few different cycles. Basically, he like throws attacks at you, and then once he gets fed up throwing attacks at you, he makes platforms to get across and hit him. You might want to try and get across and hit him by jumping on the little tuning fork things, and that is absolutely possible to do. The only issue is if you get across to him before you should, he like knocks you back, so you can't even do that. You get the tornado spin, which is a very useful ability. Basically, if you just mash the square button, you're going to do this hectic big spin. And what that spin does is it just like keeps you airborne for a lot longer. We're going to go back into the racing level and just not even try for the time trial. So what could I possibly be doing in this racing level? Well, we're going to go to one of the hidden secret levels. You hit the alien sign there, and that brings you to this level, which is a little bit notorious actually. So I'm working on the time trial over here. So I'm just going to be getting all the boxes. And what I'm actually doing here is I'm doing the time trial at the same time that I'm doing the box gem. Now, there's a lot of confusion over the time trial goal times for this level. And it actually depends whether you're playing the PAL or NTSC version of this game. NTSC is like the US version, PAL is the European Australian version. So on NTSC, the timer is broken. Basically, I got the platinum there, but if I was playing on PAL or the remake, that would not be a platinum time at all. The reason I can get platinum on NTSC is because this takes on the times from the level that we came from, which was that driving level there. So it's a little bit glitched on the original NTSC version, and it makes it much, much easier to get the Platinum Relic, which is kind of cool, actually. So they fixed it on PAL and they fixed it on the remake, and if you were playing either of those, you really would have to do the time trial and the box gem in 2 separate trips. Alright, so we're going to take on these cars again, getting the timer. I will mention something kind of cool about this game. There's something called the button glitch that you can do. It's a little bit complicated, but basically there's a way to, as you're hitting the portal, I think if you spin or jump at the exact time that you hit the portal, you will gain control. And then if you hit like another button after you've already hit the portal, it'll load the wrong time trial times for the level. So you could do a level that has a really low platinum time, do the button glitch, and then like trigger it on a level that has a really high platinum time, and then getting the time trial platinums are really easy if you do that. So that's just something to keep in mind if you want. Alright, coming out, we're into the next warp room, so we're just going to go into that level 16 straight away. There's boxes behind you, which are really brutal if you miss them. And we're going to be trying to get all the box gem here. You notice a little blue gem path that's grayed out, so we will have to come back and get that one. The bonus stage here. And we got a gem. Alright, so we're going to head back into that same level we were just in. Oh, sorry, not the same level. Looks the same. Tomb Waiter. So it's number 20 here. Basically, the water is going to go up and down, and you have to make sure you don't get got by the water. You got to be really strategic about what order you're breaking boxes in here. Try and break them in the same order. Otherwise, you mess up the bonus stage and you can't do it. The good thing about invincibility is it will force the water to go down completely, so that's going to help you navigate through this level a lot easier. Get that, get the gem, and we head out. Alright, we're heading back into Tomb Raider to do like the time trial thing. So with these time trials, if you're having trouble getting gold or platinum, you'll probably want the speed cheese that you get from the end of the game. If you want to follow along with the routing here, you could do like a sapphire run through and then come back to do a platinum run through when you have the running shoes. One more trip into this level and it's purely to do the death path here. So the death path lives just there, just jump onto that. And it's a pretty brutal section. There we go, and we get the blue gem from that. So now we got the blue gem, we can actually come back to this level and do the blue gem path. I'm actually going to do the time trial here as well. So just jumping through. You can cut corners very good there with that tornado spin. Just keep mashing square in the air. You'll get heaps of slow falling speed. And we're actually going to do the time trial with the blue gem path there. So there's nothing stopping you doing that. It just saves doing an extra trip into the level. If you're struggling with this, you could do them separately. But I think the blue gem path is actually a bit quicker. So it might actually be easier for you to deal with it that way. Alright, going into level 18 here, it's another jet ski level. And these jet ski levels start getting quite non-linear as the game progresses. We saw one that was very non-linear before with the little alien sign. But just work your way through in the same pathing that I'm doing here. There's 2 boxes there that are very easy to miss. Make sure you got those. And there we go. We should get the gem and the crystal. Just going to head straight back in and do the time trial for this level now. And there we go. Right, that level done, we're heading into the first flying level. These flying levels are a little bit odd. So basically, to get 100% box gem, you have to hit all the balloons. So make sure you do that before you hit all the blimps. And then just keep hitting the blimps. These can be quite tricky until you really start heavily utilizing the spin attack. I forget what button it is, but one of the 4 face buttons spins the plane. And basically, the spin makes you invincible for a little while. And so if you see somebody shooting at you, you spin, and then you're usually safe. This level is quite easy, but the later one gets pretty tricky. Alright. Now, you're going to think you're a bad shot, because you'll be hitting the blimps from really far away, like that, and not dealing any damage. The blimps aren't vulnerable until you get within a certain distance anyway, so don't beat yourself up about it, but try and plan the blimp path so that you're close in distance to them as you get to the next one. Even if you're like an awesome blimp sniper, then you're not going to be able to shoot them from that far away anyway. I'm going to head into the middle section and go into this middle bit. The level is dark, which is kind of frustrating. But I'm going to be getting the time trial and the box gem and coming first all at once. Which isn't too bad to do, really, because if you're doing the time trial, you're pretty much trying to get all the boxes anyway, because a lot of them stop the timer. But if you're having trouble, just separate it out into 3 goes. There we go. And that level you needed 15 relics to get into. So if you weren't allowed in the level, that's probably because you didn't have 15 relics. Jumping into this one. So I am going to be getting all the boxes in this section. And we get a little gem for doing that. Now, where we just were was actually an alternate entrance to one of the levels that already exists. So we're just going to be heading back through here. And this brings us all the way back to the start of the original level that we would have gone into from the warp room. Once you got this far back, that's enough boxes. So then just progress your way through forward again. And we got a little bonus stage to do here. And it was very heavily centered around the tornado spin there. So just mashing square to spin through that keeps you from falling too fast. There we go. So that spits us out of that level. That level was in Warp Room 4. It's just we came to it through sort of the back entrance through that middle Warp Room. And we're going to have the engine fight here. So engine has a few body parts. So there's the two shoulders, the two arms, and then the center circle. I would leave the center circle sort of till last, because basically, like, with the other ones, you got to wait for them to open to hit. But with the center circle, like, that's vulnerable anytime. So you just hit that whenever you have downtime. Same thing here. The thing on the bottom. Well, the thing on the bottom is always vulnerable, but the thing on the bottom does a really big damage thing to you. So you might want to hit that earlier. I don't know. Basically, he's got 4 things on the top, 2 things on the side, and then you're done. Alright, with engine completed, we're sort of done with this warp room. I'm just going to go back and get the relic for this level. Again, with these relics, if you're having trouble, just wait till you got running shoes. Alright, going into this level here. So we're on the death path here. It's just a real nasty section, but we should get the green gem. And this is a unique level because we can actually do the death path and continue on just to get the box gem anyway. We've now got this little fruit bazooka thing, which we can use to take out boxes. So you'll notice that the levels no longer have a nitro detonator in them. So you actually do have to kill all the nitros as you're doing the levels. All right, next up we got this one here. Invincibility helps a whole lot. You can actually jump around those conveyor belt guys, so don't worry too much about it. Like, they're not that threatening if you just jump around them. Especially if you like tornado spin around them. I think the fruit bazooka is on like R2 or something if you're having trouble with that, or L2. Alright, green gem path. So he's going to take this. Now we make our way back out. Now, you really want to watch those boxes blow up. Sometimes in Crash games, if something doesn't happen visibly, it actually doesn't happen. So whenever you got TNTs detonating, it's not a bad idea to just stay on screen and make sure you watch them detonate. Alright, we're heading into the very last level here. If you're ever low on masks, this level's a really good one to restore your masks on. Provided you can then get through the rest of the level. There's this section in this level where there's like a stack of literally just 3 masks right next to each other, and you get invincibility right away. There it is. Gonna take the little bonus stage. Now, notice I've left the fly, so I've left it there, and now I'm gonna go through it. If you get the fly at the start, then basically like you can't see what you're doing for the rest of the bonus stage, and it becomes really annoying. So generally, that's what this level would do. It'll like give you a fly, but then make you do something really slow just after getting the fly. So you just want to do the slow thing first, then come back and get the fly. All right, going into the next flying level. So with this flying level here, basically like the planes have got 2 propellers that you have to shoot out both propellers, and it's usually the best strategy is to get in behind the planes and then shoot out the propellers like so. So that's what I'd be doing through this stage. I'm going to be getting all the boxes and all the planes there. Right, that level's done. Just going to head back in and do the time trial. So getting the time trial can be a bit nasty actually for this one. You want to take the planes in the same order that I'm taking them. Actually, the way the planes fly around, the ordering does really matter on them. Because when you're done with one, you want to be able to go to the next one really quickly. So if you do them in this order and you can hit them roughly as fast as I can hit them, then you should be okay. But yeah, they can be pretty brutal to deal with. All right, moving on. We're into this level. We're just going to do the time trial here. And there we go. And coming back to the driving level. This one, in my opinion, is actually like easier than the middle driving level. I don't know why they put the easier one last, but there you go. So that big section at the end, you can actually like skip a lot of those ramps and it's a lot faster. So if you're having trouble, you can just do that. All right, coming into the Cortex fight. So this is the last boss, but after we've beaten this, there's just a few more things to do to 100%. All right, so basically what I'm going to do is just exit out. All right, if you beat Cortex normally, you get the running shoes and that's going to help you get all the relics and stuff. And I'm fairly sure at this point in the game, I actually have most of the relics. So rather than having to beat Cortex once to get the running shoes and then beat him again, as long as you go into Cortex the first time, that's enough. And then you can just exit out. And then basically, then we can just finish 100% of the game, go back and beat Cortex for real once. But normally, the intended way to do it is you have to actually beat Cortex twice. So I believe all that I got left to do is level 30, which is this rings level. It's just a flying level here. So we get the time trial, we got to get the boxes and all the rings. I think if you spin into a ring, that actually gives you a boost. So if you're having trouble getting the time trial, that is probably why, if you're not spinning into the ring. When you've got all the, like, basically 105% with all the relics and stuff, Coco will be very happy with you. I think I'm going back in here just to get platinum again. So to get platinum, you just got to take a little bit tighter than if you were getting all the boxes anyway. And really spinning through there to get it. Yeah, so there's a platinum time for this level. But yeah, I think it's just if you have all the relics or all the gems or whatever. But if you talk to Coco at the end of the game, she'll give you an extra gem. So don't forget to do that one. I'm just coming back here and finishing off this time trial, and then we should be pretty much near the end. So with this time trial, I'm sort of doubling it up with the red gem path. And there we go. I think the red gem path, probably not quite fast enough to get the time trial, so we're going to go back and do an actual time trial run of this level as well. It's funny, the end game of Crash, you have all these grand ambitions, and then you just have to sort of do a bunch of separate trips for it. But that's alright, we'll get the relic in the end. Alright, doing a bit more cleanup here, so we're just going to head into this level. This level we couldn't get all the boxes before, so we're just going to go through and get all those boxes now. The reason we couldn't get them is because this purple gem door here, so you just go through the door now. And backtrack through this section. I actually saved that Aku Aku mask there so I could get invincibility. And there we go, getting the gem and through the warp. Alright, continuing on with our cleanup, we're just going to head into this level. You can jump into the time trial here. I'm not actually going to do the time trial. I'm just going to go on the yellow gem path. And we'll make our way back. You got to get caught by that pterodactyl there. Now, I'm not exactly sure, but you may actually need to have no mask doing that. So if you're having trouble, that might be why. This brings us to a secret bonus level. So with this bonus level, you just make your way through. And we got it. Alright, with that cleaned up, we're going to go into this future level here. I'll just be getting the time trial stuff now. And there we go. And similarly, we just got to get the time trial for this level. I'll take the blue gem path here. It's like a trend in the Crash series. Basically, the last level always has this path where you need like all the gems to get through, all the colored ones. So it's kind of like a cool premise. Get a little gem there, and we do the time trial. Now, unfortunately, that wasn't fast enough to get like platinum or anything, so we'll just have to go back in and do the real time trial as well. And there we go. Alright, so like I mentioned before, you have to go back to Coco. She gives you a gem, and you need that to get 105%. She gives you the gem basically once you got everything else in the game. Now we're going to go and actually do the Cortex fight. He throws his Pokeballs on the floor, just dodge those, and then you got to spin him into the hole, and then rinse and repeat. These guys take a figure 8 pattern, so if you literally just follow them, they basically won't hit you. Spin him into the hole. And then these guys will do like a charge up attack. So I would get them into like a corner so they're not in your way, and then just like run away from them once you've done that. Spin Cortex into the hole. At that point, we get 105%, so you can check your total screen or whatever if you want to. And if you got 105%, you actually get the best ending, which is, I think Cortex gets like sent back in time or whatever it is. Yeah, they get sent back in time as like baby Cortex and baby Entropy, which is pretty funny. So that's going to be all for this video. I hope you found it useful, and thanks so much for watching.